Hello, my name is Kirk Judd. I'm a poet from West Virginia. I have a fishing camp in West Virginia on the Greenbrier River in a place called Buckeye. And I wrote this poem a couple of years ago on the back porch of that camp. It's called Buckeye Moon. I talk to the moon. She winks. She blushes. She hides behind clouds. She coyly wraps herself in fog. But sometimes she answers. And sometimes she does. This next poem was written in a workshop exercise. I don't workshop as much as I should. I highly recommend it to everyone who wants to write poems. It's always good to workshop your work, but I'm old and I just don't do that much anymore. But this exercise I was given was based on the latest, most recent album by Joan Baez about what you are made of. This is titled Composition. Of the gravel in the road, of the smooth rocks in the stream, of the lichen on the banks, of the squirrel's nest in the tree, of the moonshine in a jar, of the sunshine on the hill, of the fox track in the sand, of the sawdust in the mill, of the coal inside the fire, of the water in the spring, of the stars above the sky, of the blackbird's bloodied wing, of the warmth inside my bed, of the touch of your cool hand, of the iron under the bridge, of the losing of this land, of the trout in Laurel Run, of the yellow flower's hue, of the grass under my feet, of the years I've had with you, of the apple blossomed air, of the baby in my arms, of the berries on the vine, of the telling of the yarn, of the roads that ever go, of the eagle's lofty flight, of the travels yet to come, of the day and of the night, of the music of the earth, of the music of the wind, of the time that stays forever, of the end when it begins. I've been lucky enough to live and wander around in the mountains and the rivers and the woods of West Virginia all my life, and many years ago I was trout fishing on the Greenbrier River. I was moving upstream and met a fellow fisherman coming downstream. I happened to look across the stream, or across to the other bank, and he said, "You're looking at that leprechaun barn, ain't you?" I said, "Leprechaun barn?" He said, "Yeah, it's where they keep their little horses." And I started to look again over there, and he said, "Oh, no, don't look." He said, "You can't see it if you're looking for it." And I thought, well, what a great line. And 35 years later, I got this poem out of it. It's titled, Things You Can Only See If You're Not Looking. A lark's condensed breath as it sings a too cool morning in the day. The star next to the star you think is Hownalam, sparkling in the hunter's belt low in the November sky. Your lover's hand reaching just before it touches your shoulder. Ghost cats. The infinite grace of the first raindrop. Green, knowing it will be yellow in February forsythia. Owls at night. Mars winking, Jupiter too, and Saturn, Venus with both eyes. The corpses smile just before you pass. The tear you never cried. Yehos in the canopy just after the limb-to-limb leap. The last pin oak leaf as it falls, the sound wave it makes. Squirrels in a beech grove. The bend in the tail of the comet. The animal no one has ever seen. Sleep. The first purple red bud. The rise of trout downstream from your cast. Cedar waxwing eating the last cherries. The color of the devil's eye. Your mother's last breath. The spirit rising from everything, from you, from the river, from the grass blade and the elk, from the sentient wolf and the sheep in the pasture, from hay in the field, from peaches in the orchard, from turtles in the pond, the swell and pull of it all, lifting, lifting, lifting. There you go.